Hello and welcome everyone. You're here with Brothers Forge Gaming. We're looking at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms here on the PlayStation 4. This is a free-to-play game. I did a broadcast of this one about, I don't know, I'd say 6 months ago or so, maybe longer. Anyhow, it was pretty much right when I was getting into the game, and I had said that I was not going to be going for a platinum trophy because there were several trophies that seemed overwhelmingly unobtainable. But I'm here to tell you right now that I did get it, baby. Platinum trophy, and I did it without spending any money. As they talk about the free-to-play, pay-to-win trap, but I was able to navigate this entire game, not spend any money. You know what? And that's not to say that this game isn't worth spending some money on. It is a very cool game. If you guys enjoy it, go back and check out that stream. I recommended a few purchases to make your journey a little bit easier. But me, you know what? I stuck to it. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get this platinum without spending any money. Like I said, if you want to go back and check out that past stream of this game that I did back when, go check it out. There's some information in there, some quick tip guides on how to get started. But you know what? That is not this guide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys, if you're trying to get it, if you want to get that platinum trophy, I'm going to show you what I did to overcome the most difficult part of that trophy. Most of the stuff you're going to get from playing through the game. You're going to get unlocks. You're going to unlock most of the trophies. It has to do with doing so many adventures, killing so many enemies, and getting so much gold, getting so much rep. Now, the higher ends of those trophies are harder to get, and like I said, I'll give you some information on how to do that. But real quick, now there might be an easier one to do this on. This is the one I picked. I tried it a couple different ones, but some of the stuff bogs you down. Some of the enemies are armored, which make it more difficult. There's barriers. So out of the few that I tried, this seemed to be the easiest one to do it on. So the hardest trophy for me to get was the 250 free play runs. Now that is insane. If the 72 adventure variants weren't enough as it was, you then had to go and do 250 free play runs. Now, what I'm going to recommend that you do by doing that is you stick right here, because one of the trophies is to gain 10 billion Torm rep. So you may as well, what I was doing is I was kind of going around. I tried to do adventure variants first, so I was going to some of the different places, getting some different stuff. But each different place you go to, you have to start completely over with rep. It becomes more and more of a grind. So what I should have been doing was just banging out these quests, getting the free play runs in between to gain favor so that you could go over that next course. Because the way this game breaks down is the further you go down, the harder it gets, the more rep you need, the more grinding required, or the more money you need to spend to overcome that next challenge. But anyway, so what I did was I did this quest, and I'm going to show you how I did that. Okay, so if you have unlocked this character, Deacon here, what you can do is he has a unique ability. He has the ability to, let's take a look. So what he'll do, based on how many stacks of doom this guy has, he makes the enemies proc faster. He makes them spawn faster. So him alone, and what you want to do, you'll have a good amount of rep as well. So this, like I said, this was like the last thing that I went and did. And it's very helpful to have these 3 familiars as well, which if you save all your gems, by the time you're getting ready to go to this portion of the trophies, you should have enough gems to purchase all of those upgrades. And it's very helpful to have enough rep in this specific place that you're doing. Torm rep is how I recommend doing it, that you're able to straight purchase the upgrade right here within the first level. I'm not sure why that was being a little slower, maybe because I started slower. But within the first level, you're getting that, because that will hold your progression back if you're not there to click on that. So basically at this point, I can set the controller down, I can walk away, and I can come back, and at level 50, because in order to actually get credit for the free play run, and believe me, I tried this, maybe they've changed it, you can't just start and stop a free play quest. Even though under free play quest it says start and stop it whenever you want and it'll count, it doesn't, because as you can see here, that red X is holding you back. So basically, after that point, so after the first level, within the first level, I'm able to click his ultimate ability, and then now I can set the controller down and walk away and come back once it has reached level 50. In order to do that, like I said, you're going to want to be advanced enough in the state of the game to where this or some similar setup like this is what you're going to want to do. Ideally, if you could have, I want to say the number is 8 familiars, because if you go to familiars and you take a look at player attack, you need, or maybe it's 7. So you might need 7 familiars, which you can't, I believe you cannot get unless you want to actually spend money. If you have those 7 familiars, it will automatically pick up the boss loot bags, because that's what's going to hold you back. Is picking up the quest items and the boss loot bags. It's going to slow your runs down. I got it down to where if I was sitting here actually holding circle to pick up all the different things to advance the boss levels, I could get a run done in about 15 minutes. On automatic, if, like I said, if I just want to set the controller down and walk away, those runs were happening anywhere between 25 or so, 23, 24, 25 minutes, depending on, who knows, the randomness of the game. So as you can notice here, this is where it's going to hang you up, is on this boss level, because it's going to drop this bag, and unless you have those familiars to auto loot, it's not going to do it for you. So again, that's very helpful to do that. If you're able to get those familiars and advance the game faster, great. Otherwise, you are going to probably have, like I said, you're going to have to spend some money to do that. Which this game is totally cool. It's totally worth it. I'm just happen to be one of those people that if it's free, I want it to stay free. But yeah, like I said, I did that video a while back, went over some of the different gear, some of the different people in the game to get. I have found some of the different formations to work better, some of the different characters. They have done a lot to the game since I played it. They've changed it. They've added so much. It is really becoming a game. But okay, so what I'm gonna let you know, how I did this was, first thing I did after I had done and I did this kind of maybe backwards. I maybe should have planned this a little differently, to doing the free play runs with the variants and not doing the other ones. The events though that we're in right now, generally they have different events and you get time gates, and those will all count for adventure variants here. Some of these do get difficult though, but if you do at least one adventure variant on each one of these, plus the ones you can do under the Torum, you're gonna get those adventure variants, and then doing the free play runs in between when maybe one of these events isn't going on. And you can also exchange your rep for Torum rep. If we go to, let's see here, man, it's way over there. Anyhow, once you get one of these different ones, you can go convert it to, say, this rep here, or one of the main 3 reps. Don't have any reps to really show you that now. However, that is a great way to get rep too. But okay, so there are some other trophies. There's one for killing, I want to say, 1,000,000 creatures. There is one for getting like 1,000,000,000,000 gold. I don't know the exact number, what that wants. So those are some pretty high figures. So what I did was, once I could get to the point, I want to say you need to be at least at level 200. I want to say I did a little higher, like 225, 250. What I did was, once I was able to get there, you can get these different potions. So I used the max level. So this is good for the whole adventure. So I used the max level of gold, the max level of, I don't know if I have one. Oh yeah, I don't have an actual max level of speed, but I used the max level speed, the max level gold, and I just basically used every potion I had that was purple and gave me bonus stats. And what I would do is I would leave the game on overnight. Unfortunately, at the time it was like crashing, so I don't know how much actual time was getting in, because they were doing a lot of updates and stuff, so it was crashing. Hopefully you don't go through that now. But what I would do, like I said, I would leave the game on overnight in a scenario similar to this. I would build my team. I would put it on a level where my guys were just sitting there killing the enemies faster than they were spawning, and just developing that really high level of gold and rep and all that. So I was working on all of those trophies all at once, and I did that until I got to the point where I could cash in, when I cashed in the quest, to get over that 10 billion rep that was required for the trophy. And in doing that, and doing so with that, it gave me pretty much all the rep I needed to do to complete the free play runs. I did something a little later where there was a a milestone for completing level 300, in which I did one of those, and that really jacked the rep up. But that, I don't believe that was entirely necessary to do what I'm talking about here, although it would be helpful because it'll help you do the one man faster, because it brought up his ultimate, took it down from like level, I don't know, maybe it was like level 20, where I had to come in and pay attention to add his ultimate to doing it on the level 1. So that was helpful in a sense to do it that way. And then also, if you're going for another milestone, there's one for killing, I don't know how many it is, 10k bosses or something like that. So what I did was I left it on a boss level overnight, farming that rep just constantly. So unfortunately, this game is called Idle Champions, but you can't, put your game in rest mode or whatnot. In fact, the only thing I've been able to find it do is if I'm searching the PlayStation Store, looking at some different stuff, the game will still run, but maybe there are other ways to run it. But any other program I had open, I couldn't watch Netflix and let this run. I couldn't do it that way, just chill back and watch a show. I had to actually have the game on and nothing really else running on the PlayStation. So that was the best way I found to do that. Again, the going for the platinum trophies in this game, it is so time consuming, but it's not unobtainable. I don't even want to know how much time I spent doing the free play runs, but again, I was able to, set the controller down and go do the dishes or go start dinner or do whatever. I was able to set that down and go work on whatever else it was I was working on, and then I could, as time allowed, I could go in and start the next mission, end and start the next mission. And I would basically just do that as often as I could, as much as I could during the day, whatever, during the evening. I would get however many runs. I would set a goal for myself, and I was finally able to do that. But that is most definitely the most grueling aspect of trying to get the platinum trophy of this game. The variants, like I said, the variants were fun. I actually liked playing this game up until the point when I sat down. As far as I know, there isn't a way to check how many free play runs you have. But if you let's see right here, if you you can go to support, and there you can write the team, and they were actually able to tell me how many free play runs I had completed. I thought I had completed hundreds, right? So I was like, okay, it shouldn't be that bad. I am 100 in, whatever. It's not going to be terrible. But at the time I messaged the guy, it was like 50. I was, oh crap, okay, I have 200 more of these free play runs to do, and I really have nothing. And realistically, you're not gaining anything from the game. You're not progressing the game. You're not gaining rep. Getting to level 50 when you're this high up in the game doesn't really get you any rep. I've been at plus 813 billion rep, and before I started this, and I did 200 something runs, and it didn't even move at all, because that's level 50 at this high of a level. It's not making a difference. So to me, that was unfortunate part of this game that they required that. At one point, I thought about actually writing them and saying, "Hey, can you are you guys maybe going to change this trophy to something else?" I would have really liked it to be maybe progressing the story more, because I was having fun. The last point I did, I unlocked this dude right here. If you guys are familiar with D&D lore, Drizzt, frickin', you know what I mean? This guy, Baldur's Gate, he's a hidden character in a lot of these D&D games that you'll play. He's a totally cool character to unlock, and I'm progressing a storyline far enough to actually finally unlock this guy. And at that point, I didn't really need him too much anymore, because I was facing all these free play runs. And anyway, I would have liked to have seen the trophies go a different way. Whether it was unlocking a certain amount of characters, progressing the game to a certain point. I really feel like they put a huge roadblock in the way of anybody who's enjoying this game and wanting to get that platinum trophy by requiring so many free play runs. That is one of my chief complaints about this game. Yes, it's a free to play game. Yes, that means it's probably more of a pay to win game than anything. But at the same time, it's a fun game that you can enjoy without spending any money, up to the point where if you want to go for that platinum trophy, it can become a little bit problematic in that sense. So yeah, I mean, basically those were the most difficult part of getting the trophies were those ones I had talked about. So like I said, if you guys are interested in doing that, there's the information for you. That's how I did it. I didn't spend any money. The trophy is a 0.1%, 0.01%. Not a lot of people who play this game get that trophy. the platinum. So it is one that not a lot of people have gone for. So just know that if you are going for it, it's going to be grueling. Um, some things I liked about this game, like I said, obviously it's based in D&D. Wizards of the Coast has purchased D&D licenses and all the different characters and whatnot associated with that. They're running the show there now with that, as there are many great nerddom style things. Um, but this is an excellent game for what it is. They've done a lot of detail. They have added, since I started playing, they added. Well, I don't think they've done it yet, but they've added like these quest lines and different things that you can do within the game, and they're adapting and changing this game. Another really cool game, free to play game, if you guys haven't had a chance to play it, and we actually also have a platinum guide of that if you're interested, is Fallout Shelter. And as I was playing this game, I was thinking something cool that would have made this experience more fun was in Fallout Shelter. After you get to a certain point, you start going on these quests. Um, so it kind of takes you out from that sim mode. It brings you into more of an action adventure kind of mode where your dudes are getting in fights and stuff like that. And I was thinking to myself, how cool would it be in this game? This is your standard setting here, your dungeon crawl, your grind. But how cool would it be if you could, as you're going on this quest, you find some kind of book or whatever, and it takes you to an old school FPS style dungeon crawl. Games like you would have seen on PC back in the day, the first-person view, and you're doing that with your party, cruising through. Maybe only select a few people, something like that, something interesting like that to kind of break up the monotony. I'd have loved to have seen that. If they do another remake of this game, if anybody out there hears this that matters, that does the programming and the design and whatnot, if you hear that, that's my suggestion. And also something that would have been cool would be a I don't know. I always like crafting. I think crafting is a very fun part of these games. Some of these resources and materials are so difficult to get. Gems, these potions, the armor. I mean, if you want to go upgrade your armor, I don't have a blacksmith thing right now, but yeah, you're looking at it. If you want to upgrade this armor, I think they go to level 50 or something like that. There's all sorts of, there's common, there's uncommon, there's rare, there's epic, and then there's legendary, shiny. There's so many different layers of gear. So think about that. There could be professions in this. There could be potion. There could be an alchemist. There could be somebody that transmutes. Your alchemist can make potions, transmute gems. There could be a blacksmith. There could be all these different things. You could go on side missions to gather resources. You could trade. You could set up that kind of environment in this game. I'm not talking going full-blown MMO, auction houses, those kinds of things, although it would be fun to have a multiplayer element to this game. Not necessary. I think it's a great game the way it is. Like I said, just those few recommendations I think would really polish this game up. I did like what they did. They did add some stuff since I did start playing this game, I don't know, 8 months ago, whatever it was. They've added quite a few different kind of things to the game that have they've added more layers and more playability to the game, making it more interesting and appealing. But like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing a few of those adjustments to the game. And hey, if they want to remake a game or add it to this game or make it a DLC or add-on or something, I think I've played this game for the last time. But yeah, if you want to sell me something else, that Platinum Trophy run really took this out of me. After this broadcast, actually, I'm going to be probably not playing this game again for a while. But that's not to say I don't highly recommend it. It is a great game. You can't beat the free price. So much fun. And it's that D&D. I mean, you can't beat it. Now, if you guys have any questions on how to get that Platinum Trophy, if you want, you leave them in the comments. Let me know. I'll try to answer those as best I can. As time goes on, it may become more and more difficult to answer those, but I'll see what I can do. I hope this guide is helpful to you. Like I said, go check out our other video if you want some more information on how to get started on the game. This was more or less to go over some of the more difficult trophies, trying to outline that for you. So, we're Brothers Forge Gaming here on YouTube. If you guys haven't had a chance, come check out our site. We've got a bunch more Platinum Trophy guides. I just did Horizon Chase Turbo. Great game. Oh my gosh, so much fun. And I'm playing a game right now called The Perils of Baking. So good. The Platinum Trophy on that one is like 60% or something. Great game. And it's on sale right now. I'll try to get that one coming next. But until then, yeah, go check them out. Stick around. Come back. Join us. We'll see you on the next run.